Hello Internet, welcome back. So, I was recently informed that there was a Twitcher called Helenalive, as a Twitch streamer, I guess is the best thing to say, that she was banned for saying there were only two genders. Now, before I get on to what I want to say, I just want to say everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and I have nothing against anyone of any race, creed, religion, nothing like that. But I personally feel that this ban is way unfair. Now, I haven't really heard anything that she's said yet. I just recently just heard about it, so I went to click on the video. Now, first, I'm going to watch this video to see what she says, and then after, I'll give you my opinion. So if you want to stay, you can. If you're offended by this, then click off the video because, yeah, reasons. So here we go.
Starts with a person who emailed me, and he says, "Hey there, Helena. Unfortunately, I've been informed about one of your recent actions that has been against our community guidelines. Since this is the third time you reported for— I'm gonna fucking cry. Since this is the third time you reported for hateful conduct in the last 2 months, we will be moving forward with terminating your partnership at this time." So basically, he's telling me that he's gonna terminate my partnership, which means take away my sub button and my ad revenue and like my emotes and everything else that you get when you're partnered. He says, "I'm aware you will receive more detailed information about the case, but as context," and he proceeds to tell me that this is the context. "Your recent behavior has proven your lack of understanding what hateful speech is and how it may affect your community or your channel. Several of your statements have been found offensive towards the transgender community, and we don't tolerate this kind of behavior." I am not making this up. He literally told me that I insulted the transgender community. I would advise you to study our TOS and community guidelines once again in details, kind regards. So I respond. I'm not going to say what I responded. I responded in 3 emails. It's a lot. I said a lot of things. I want to start by saying this. It's a lot of emails, the emails I responded. And then he gave me the last email. So the email that basically banned me. After I told him that not only did I not insult anybody, I was basically having a conversation on fucking stream. And I was telling everybody, I'm shaking, I'm mad as hell. I was telling everybody that I believed— that's why I got banned, by the way. If you want to know why I got banned, this is why I got banned. I was saying on stream that I think biologically there's 2 genders. I think there's the woman and the man. That's what biology tells us. I specifically said it's okay if a man wants to be a woman and a woman wants to be a man. You cannot be anything in between. I said I supported the transgender community. I never said I didn't. They banned me because I said there's 2 genders or sexes. That's why I got permanently banned from Twitch. Are you actually kidding me right now? So basically, saying there's 2 things— I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. If you want to be here and, like, harass me, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm talking to my viewers. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my viewers. I'm talking to the people who want to know why I got banned. If you want to talk your little fucking Farmville language, go somewhere else. I'm not going to talk like that right now. I'm going to talk to my viewers. I'm not going to talk to you. If you still want to be here, that's up to you. This guy responds to me after I told him that I never insulted the transgender community, after I told him that I never meant anything, I never got a warning about it, I just showed up and got banned, basically. He says, "Hello again, Helena. First of all, please calm down," because I was begging them to talk to me. He says, "I understand your concerns, and I understand you're willing to make a change. Unfortunately, the last chance is already gone, since you have been banned several times, 1 time, earlier, and warned— he says several, I've been banned once, and warned that way that the behavior you're showing is unfortunately not the type of content we let live on Twitch. You let boobs, though. You let actual naked tits, but you don't let conversation. That's good. At Twitch, we analyze every report 1 by 1. This is a dank lie. This literally means that we check our every report personally. This guy doesn't. Personally, so there's no point, no way for someone to go ahead and report content a content creator without actually having that person do something against our guidelines. If that would happen, after checking the content, we would just leave everything intact since there's no reason for us to act upon non-valid report. This is really important for us to have a community that can trust, encourage, support each other, blah, 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 blah. I'm very sorry you had to come to this decision, but there's no turning back from this point, and we have finalized the process. We hope we can look back one day and learn and grow from this. Wish you all the best in the future. Kind regards. I don't have access to my VOD. I don't have access to my past broadcast. I don't have access to anything. I am literally being left alone like a fucking dog. They are not giving me access to my VOD to prove to them that they're lying. They're saying I don't support transgender people when in that VOD that they banned me and that I had to delete, I said I do. I am done. At this point, there's nothing I can do about Twitch. I have done everything I could. I've tried to talk to them. I have never spoken to a staff member until today. I got a response after 24 hours telling me it's too late, even though I was talking to him. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I look like actual hell, but it doesn't fucking matter. I got banned on Twitch permanently for saying that I believe there's two sexes.
What was that? Something popped up at the very end.
I got a response after him.
What was
I
that?
don't know.
You see that? Something popped up at the very end. What was that?
I don't know. I look like actual hell, but it doesn't fucking matter.
What was that?
I got banned on Twitch permanently for saying that I believe there's two.
Yeah, something right there. Something about eats? That was weird. Anyways, that doesn't really matter. So, basically, we don't have free speech on Twitch or anything like that. But, based on what she's saying what she said was true. That she wasn't saying anything hateful. She was just giving an opinion. And, of course, in this day and age, people are angry about opinions. It's fucking frustrating, man. Like, I tried to do Twitch a couple of years ago, but I didn't really like the site that much, and I'm glad I didn't stick on that site because of this reason. Of course, in a way, YouTube is not really better in some type of speech infringements, but so far, they've let me say most of the things I'm able to say, and I don't think I'm personally hurting anybody, so there's that. At least there's that. But even then, there's a lot of internet companies, online communities that are just toxic. You cannot, in this day and age, give a personal opinion. And sometimes, even when I'm talking on my channel, like, I have to be really careful about what I say and make sure that, hey, I want to make sure I'm not, like, really offending anybody. And there's some beliefs that I will personally stick to. Like, I will not change that belief. But I am an open-minded person. I'm willing to change my mind once in a while. But even then, even if you don't agree that there are only two genders, if you think that there are more than two genders, and if you think there are two genders, you're not wrong either way. That's your opinion, and that's what you believe. But that is also not what the definition of gender actually means. Some people don't really realize what the definition of gender actually means, but I'm not going to get into that detail because that's not what this video is really about. It's more about just saying your opinion, right? So, I mean, like, I guess in a way, I'm really glad I never really got into the Twitch community, because but that's, at the same time, there are some toxic YouTube comics that if you go on some YouTube channels, there are some toxic YouTube communities that they will not change their minds whatsoever. P.S. The DBZ community is one of them. I like Dragon Ball Z, by the way. I love fucking Dragon Ball Z, but the DBZ community is fucking toxic. If you know anything about that, like, oh my fucking god. But, so basically, you cannot give your own opinion, otherwise you'll be castrated. You'll be hung dry. But there are some YouTubers and some Twitch streamers that I personally seen that have said worse shit, and they have gotten away with it. Which makes no fucking sense. Like, there is a certain YouTuber that went to Japan and showed a dead body, and he didn't really get any backlash. He didn't get banned whatsoever. But I have nothing against that individual as a person. I don't really know that individual as a person, but I guess you guys all know who I'm talking about. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter. because, in the end, he came out and said, I'm sorry I did that. I feel bad. Well, he said he was sorry. He acknowledged that he was wrong. So, therefore, we should move on. But it seems that this Twitcher said that she was wrong. She acknowledges that she was wrong and still got castrated, still got hung out to dry, still got thrown into the deep sea, still got left in the middle of the desert with a can of rat poison like in 007. Like, it's getting scary these days that you can't just say whatever you want to say. Like, and granted, like I said, there are worse people. Like, I've heard and seen some worse people on the internet that have said worse things and nothing has ever been done of it. But if what she's saying is true, that she's only been warned once and only had her account banned once, obviously someone at Twitch is not doing their damn job. I personally feel that sometimes with YouTube, when I get warned or when other YouTubers get warned or other YouTube accounts get banned, that someone at YouTube's not really doing their job. Of course, that is a different issue entirely. I love YouTube. I want to stay in the community for a long time. I love doing YouTube videos, man. I love watching YouTube videos. That's like one of my passions now. But at the same time, like, if they're going to take away free speech, then, like, if they're going to prevent people from saying their own opinion, then fuck them. Like, fuck it. Like, you should be able and entitled to say what you want to say. You should be entitled to your own opinion. You should be able to say what you want to say, as long as you are genuinely not hurting anybody. Like, you're not telling anyone to go kill themselves. You're not, telling, like, a certain race to go fuck itself, something like that, any certain race or any religion. No, she didn't even say that. She just says, oh, I think there are only two genders, man and a woman. She can't be wrong because that's her opinion, Of course, there are the transgender community, and I've seen on the internet some transgender people coming to her defense. So if the transgender community is willing to come to her defense, obviously she didn't do anything fucking wrong. She didn't really offend anyone. What I personally think happened, is that there are a few sensitive people that heard what she says, like, no, fuck it, no, there are more than two genders, I'm gonna fucking send a warning, I'm gonna tell the Twitch community. Probably a good handful of people did that. And then on YouTube and Twitch, it only takes like 3 or 4 strikes for your channel to get banned, which is a headache, because it seems like no one at Twitch really took the time to look at the videos and say, well, we should give her a warning first to make sure she doesn't do it again. You're supposed to get a warning and then you get a strike. Get another warning and a strike. Basically 3 strikes and you're out. Like the old ball game. But they didn't give her a chance. They just, oh no, she's going to offend everyone. We should really ban her. But at the same time, it's her Twitch account. Her Twitch account is making money for Twitch. Twitch is actually going to lose money over this, but it's whatever. That's what they want to do. But like I said, as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you are not telling a certain race to go fuck itself, or a certain religion to go fuck itself, or anything like that, as long as you are not genuinely hurting anyone and people are willing to come to your defense, then it should be okay. It should be okay, and you should be entitled to your own opinion. She said, again, I believe there are only two genders, but I also think transgender people have the right to choose if they should be a male or a female. There's nothing wrong with that. She's not wrong in that statement. If you truly believe that you want to be of a certain sex, then by all means be that certain sex. If that's what you believe, it's not my opinion of what you should do with your life. It's not her opinion what you should do with your life. It's your life. You should do whatever you want. Everyone should do whatever they want, no matter what religion, race, creed, anything. Whatever you believe, that's what you believe in. You should stick to it, But we're living in a day and age where everyone wants to be offended. Everybody. And this whole political correctness thing, it's getting tiring. It is tiring beyond belief. And like I said, it doesn't really matter what you believe or what your opinion is, because that's your belief and that's your opinion, and that's what we should all stick to. I really hope she gets her Twitter account back, because this is utter bullshit. Or she can go and make another Twitter account, or she can go to YouTube or another source. Go to another source. And so far, in my opinion, the YouTube community is a little bit better in that regard when it comes to sensitivity. Granted, there are a lot of sensitive fuckers here, but it's great. It's really great. But what can you do? It's just the internet, it's the media, it's political correctness. That's the day and age we live in. And hopefully we can get our free speech back. As long as you were not hurting anyone, as long as you were not trying to offend people, at least on purpose. And if you do offend people, you should at least acknowledge and at least apologize. At least try to apologize. You know, there's some people on this planet that they don't like saying sorry, but they will still acknowledge that they were wrong and they will change their ways, which is a good thing. So, those are my 2 cents. You can take it however you want. You can yell at me in the comments below. You can tell me to go fuck myself, or you can agree with me or disagree with me. It doesn't really matter because I don't hate you. I don't know you. That's your opinion, and that's what we should stick to. Guys, this is Matthew Scooby. Don't forget to hit that like button or subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.